I need to first address something super important, and that is this cardigan. Look at this cardigan. This chunky knit cardigan is exactly how I was supposed to live my life. Give it to me in every color. I want to wear it every day. Okay, now that's out of the way, we can talk about some makeup. So here's the thing. I have been using the Tarte Shape Tape for a few years now, and I like it. I really like it, but I started to get a little bit of an itch. Like I wanted to know what else was out there. So I went on a concealer quest where I purchased and tested a whole heap of concealers, countless concealers, and today I am bringing you the very best. I'm going to be making quite a few comparisons to Shape Tape, so actually let's just start there. The Tarte Shape Tape is a good fuller coverage concealer, and one of my favorite things about this product is that it's very smoothing. So I'm someone that has like a deep tear trail line coming underneath my eyes, and I've got hollows under my eyes, and I find that this product makes my under eye area look really flat. Shape Tape got a little bit of a cakey reputation over the years. I think a lot of people online use it very liberally, but I find that it's all in the application. So if I do a little dot underneath each eye and just blend it out with my fingers, you can still achieve quite a natural effect while still achieving those smoothing benefits. And then the obvious con is that this concealer has a little bit of a drier texture. So if you already have a dry skin type, or perhaps you're not 16 years old, it can kind of emphasize any texture under the eyes or make the under eye area look a little bit crepey. So that's the Shape Tape. Let's move on to the competition. The Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Concealer. So I'm mentioning this one first because to me, this is most similar to Shape Tape. So it's got a fuller coverage and it has quite a strong setting action. So you ought to blend quickly, otherwise it can get a little bit patchy. And of course it has a more matte finish. This one kind of caught me off guard because the Pat McGrath foundation, one of my favorites, is really sheer and dewy. And so it surprised me that the concealer was so matte and full coverage, but maybe that provides us with a little bit of insight as to how Pat likes to do her complexion. I really enjoyed this concealer for my more glam looks, as I do the Tarte Shape Tape. I think the primary con here is that this is 58 AUD, the Shape Tape is 40 AUD, and I don't know if I can tell enough of a difference between the two to warrant the difference in price. If you didn't enjoy the Tarte Shape Tape, this is an easy skip. If you do enjoy Shape Tape and you want to try something a bit similar maybe, proceed. The Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. I feel like I'm practically the spokesperson for this product now. I've raved about it so many times recently. What a fabulous product. So it's definitely more emollient than the previous two options mentioned. It's more pliable. It gives you more time to blend and you can really feather out those edges. If you found that the Tarte Shape Tape, you love the coverage, but it was too dry for you, then this very well might be your guy. I was at the counter and this shade range was making me rage. Adrian was like, "Can we go now?" I was like, "No, I have to find my shade." So I got Cream Puff and Almond, and I swear to you, neither of these are right. I want to know who is the person that designs complexion shades? Who are you? Where are you? Because we need to chat. This has kind of been my go-to as of late. So for all beauty events, or if I'm going on a girls' night out, it's probably a little bit too much for like brunch if I was doing something really casual, but anytime I want a little bit more of a perfected look, this is my pick. I use that for quickly concealing like a blemish, but also love it under the eyes. And then the next concealer on my list is the Hourglass Vanish Concealer. So this is actually very similar in my mind to the Too Faced Born This Way, in that it's really creamy and easy to blend, and it settles to a satin finish, and it resists looking dry under the eyes, but this is like the lighter weight version. I can imagine some people describing the Born This Way as maybe a little bit thick or a little bit heavy. This is like the lighter sister. The consistency is a little thinner, but also it's got a little bit less coverage. I would call this like a square medium coverage. And another solid performer for lots of different purposes, blemishes, larger areas of redness under the eyes. That's a good one. The Kevyn Aucoin Etherealist Supernatural Concealer. So actually this is totally different to the other concealers I'm mentioning today. I would say that the coverage is about a medium, but the most unique aspect about it is that the consistency is so thin. This stuff is completely weightless on the skin, and I feel like it sits very close to the skin and it looks very natural. Specifically, I enjoy using this on days where I know I'm going to wear my glasses. Glasses wearers, you know exactly what I'm talking about, where you take off your glasses and then you've got this unsightly, like globby concealer on the bridge of the nose. This concealer doesn't do that. It just wears away really evenly, and it's not quite so awkward. Word of warning, this concealer does set very fast, and it does have a little bit more of a drier finish. So I think it's going to be best suited to those of you who have a combination or an oilier skin type, those of you looking for a really natural effect, and of course, those of you who are seeking fab longevity, because this stuff lasts. I have a drugstore discovery. This is the Revlon Candid concealer. So this probably has the lightest coverage of all the concealers I've mentioned today. I would say lighter side of medium, and it's got a nice satin finish. I don't mind it under the eyes, but really I love this on blemishes. Let me explain. You know when you have post-acne hyperpigmentation, those like dark reddish purple spots that take forever to go away? I find those very difficult to conceal because you want to brighten the area because it's so dark, but then oftentimes concealers can look a little bit ashy or just a bit strange on those areas. I find that the Candid concealer in 001, the pale yellow shade, is it's kind of genius because it's bright enough that it lifts the darkness, but also that yellow undertone helps to neutralize that purpley reddish hue of old blemishes. Obviously, it's dependent on skin tone, but if you are kind of light to medium like me, take a look at 001 because I so rarely see this shade and it makes for a wonderful blemish corrector. The Armani Power Fabric Concealer. So, totally different to any of the other concealers that I've mentioned today. This stuff is so silicone heavy that you can actually like feel it between the fingertips. It's like so velvety and slippery. If you're like to me, Karima, I want a creamy concealer. It doesn't get much creamier than this. Creamier than this? What? Because this product doesn't, it's so creamy and it doesn't set down 100%, it's really flexible and it moves with the skin throughout the day. So I find that it's less likely to sort of crack in lines or separate. Longevity was a bit so-so, and because it doesn't really set, it was prone to transfer. So I would put on my glasses for like 2 minutes. 2 minutes just so that I could make sure that I was waving at the right person, and then I would take off my glasses and the concealer would be completely rubbed off my nose. I think those of you with a natural makeup aesthetic, you like a natural look, and perhaps a normal to dry skin type, I think you will enjoy this. Yep, that's it. That was my concealer quest. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments section, what is a concealer that you have been loving and why? Because my firm belief, it is my theory, that one can never have too many concealers. I hope you're all staying safe and staying home, and let me know what you'd like to see from me next now that I have a little bit more time to film. And I love you, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye!